Can you believe it, guys?
Mod's 5th anniversary.
Just a week away.
Mod's 5th anniversary.
It's in a week! Woohoo! I am so happy about this information.
Mod's 5th anniversary.
Just a week away. Oh wow. Can you believe it?
Mod's 5th anniversary.
Just in a week! It got here so fast.
Welcome back to another Suboptimal Plays video. Today we will be looking at the almost 5-year history of the Mathematical Olympiad Discord server, or MODS, from 2019 to the current day in 2024. Tony Wang, or technically his alt Ali Clax, made the server on the 11th of January, and it would be private until about the middle of March. On February the 2nd, Tony Wang does the first MODS live solve, in which he live solves the BMO2. I can't find the video, but it seems from the Jamboard that he solved the first 3 problems. He then promised to live solve 2019 APMO, but he doesn't appear to have done this. As not much really happens until the server is made public, I'll talk a little bit about the video itself. On top, you will see the top 15 members ranked by MODS activity score, for which the formula is on screen right now. The bottom shows the total MODS activity score for all members throughout time. The code for generating these videos I will put in the description at some point. Tony opened up the server on the 26th of March, so you can see a lot of new people starting to join. Personally, I joined on the 29th of March. Soon, Tony will be the first member with 10,000 activity score. On the 7th of April, Sharky is appointed mod. I'm sure there'll be no controversy when he leaves the mod team. Then, on the 16th of April, MODS hits 100 verified members. On the 23rd of April, I'm appointed mod, and later on the 3rd of May, Nick Daniel WMVC is appointed mod. On the 11th of May, the first MODS monthly contest is run. MODS monthlies are contests which run every month and cycle between the beginner, intermediate and advanced levels. MODS monthlies will run in this format until about September 2020. On the 20th of May, Daniel or Dan Q is appointed a moderator. And on the 6th of June, the MODS Minecraft server starts running, which is hosted by DNick and Dan Q. As there's a break in the events, I will now comment on the chart. The deleted user is actually your old staff mail bot. Bots were not actually ignored until about July 2020. This was the early era of MODS, and the top AS was occupied by members like me, Tony, Sharky, Daniel, and Kai Cute, who were active in this time. Tan joined late June / early July, and you can see his AS increase very quickly to the top 3 to 5. On the 24th of July, TNSHI or Tan would be appointed mod, and later on the 18th of August, Wen would be appointed mod. On the 12th of August, How Did I Get Here or HDIGH would be added to Network and Resources. HDIGH was a great website with Olympiad materials and other interesting stuff. Unfortunately, it is gone now. This is the first period of high activity in MODS, primarily driven by Tan, Wen and Tony. Tony became the first MODS member to hit 20k AS, while Tan and Wen became the first mod members to hit 30k AS. The server as a whole hit 200k AS as well. This is also around the time when U.M or U was relevant. This member had what I can best describe as a cult following among the Australians and gave rise to some emojis like You Raise Me Up. On the 8th of October, MODS hit 1,000 verified members, and on the 11th of October, I was appointed admin. Nothing much in the way of events really happened over this summer, so I'll just point out some notable people in the graph. Of course, there are the people we've talked about already, like Tony, Tan, Wen, Sharky and myself, but there were other groups of people active during this period as well. For example, the French-speaking group like Theo, QP0, Cucumber 642, and I believe Ayub as well were quite active during this period. There was this other French-speaking Math Ollie server called Math Raining, I believe that they were from, which was pretty big back then. Not sure how it's doing now though. And we will see this trend of certain groups being big in mods reappear many times. In fact, it already sort of happened with the Australians at the start. Also, unfortunately, he has just dropped off the graph, so you can't see him, but there was a notable member named JSK back then, as well, who became famous for basically acting like a immature American middle schooler. But he stopped after a while. On the 11th of Feb, Joe1 and Bahazem, two notable members, were both banned for trolling. It won't be the last of that we see of them though. Coincidentally, this rando 12345678 is appointed problem curator on the 26th of Feb. He will take the Thursday slot for problem curation. Briefly, Aleph Null 1729 made it to the top 3 activity ranking. He is the first of many Aleph Nulls to be notable members of the server. ISODN, or I Suck on These Nuts, I mean the International Service for Olympiads Discord network, I think the first one's better though, was created on the 4th of April by Tony Wang. Originally, it was just a maths, physics and chemistry service, but eventually it would grow to encompass many other servers, such as astronomy, biology, earth sciences, and linguistics. I'ma be real though, it's kinda dead right now. I mean, it's still active, but it isn't really used that much anymore. I can't even use the excuse of like, oh, only the public channels are dead, but the committee channels are still active, cause like the committee channels are dead as well. Kind of missed it, but the casino bot was added on the 4th of May. It became the most active user basically in one discretization interval again, because bots weren't excluded from the count yet. The 30th of June, it is actually revealed that 12345678 is Joe, and so Joe rejoins the server. On the 9th of July, the active role is added to mods. Currently, the criteria for the role is set as 10 messages a day for at least 7 days out of the past 14. But obviously this will change as the activity score metric is introduced. On the 30th of July, Quiztor appears for the first time. He will be a recurring character in mods lore. On the 6th of August, the activity score metric was introduced. I'll put it up on the screen again and explain how it's calculated. Basically, a sum of all your messages over the past D days, usually with D equals 30, is taken. The first term accounts for the length of your message, the second accounts for the gap between messages, and finally the last term accounts for how old the message was. On the 10th of September, Circle Theorem, or Adam, is appointed moderator. 2 days later, the last Mods monthly contest runs. From now on, all Mods contests will be ad hoc scheduled. On the 24th of September, work begins on the QOTD bot. After IMO, I began developing the OpenPOTD, or as it's now known, the QOTD bot. CNCM had a closed source POTD short answer bot used on their server already, and so I wanted to make an open source version which could be used in general. In the middle of October, the BizWithDev spam bot alts appear and Quiztor makes another appearance. On the 26th of October, the first season of QOTD begins. Each season is 2 weeks long and the seasons run back to back. QOTD will continue in this format until March 2021, when seasons stop being run back to back, but the 2-week format has mostly been maintained throughout. To date, there have been 29 seasons of QOTD. In November, we had a couple funny events, but nothing really major. We had the accidental everyone things from Joe and I, and then another one after that. And we also had the Name Every IMO Medalist video from the original Suboptimal Plays channel. Now while we're looking at the video, let's also look at the graph for a bit. I mean, you can see that it's been quite active, like the total AS is over 300,000, and you can see like Master Tournaments and Chris are quite carrying that quite a bit, but it's also interesting to note that everyone else is like also more than 5k, so it's quite rare to see that. Yo, holy shit, Christopher Pye hits 40,000 AS, being the first and only member to do that so far. And it seems we have missed mods hitting 5,000 members on the 28th of December, and then the original mods activity video actually coming out on the 7th of January. The original mods activity video, the data was calculated using a Python script, and the algorithm was pretty inefficient, but for that amount of data it was fine. And then I used like some online graph generator thing, which was pretty bad, but it worked for that. This time I did it myself though. And on the 3rd of March, the suggestion 492 was implemented, which was to dispose of people whose first message is a homework help message. On the 14th of March, QOTD Season 11 ends. After this point, QOTD seasons are no longer back to back. For a while, there will be like a 1 or 2 week gap between them, but then after that, they will just be scheduled ad hoc, unfortunately. Again, there's quite a break in significant events and mods, so let's return to my favorite, which is commentary about the graph. Of course, Chris is still leading, but Hackintosh will catch up soon. This period is characterized by high activity from QOTD participants, like Christopher Pye, Hackintosh, Hobosas, Matidi, Bahnhofstrasse, Arcata, A Fellow Human, Angry Annie, Kirsch, LMB, like basically everyone on top 15 then was like a QOTD participant. Which really goes to show the effect of QOTD on the activity and mods during this period. Now going back to the period in January though, that was the highest AS so far, where the total AS almost hit 350k. And if we look at the graph at this point again, we'll see some more notable members like Jason M, Chimadina, which is actually really just LMD Zolt, Bruraja, Nixto, and Y, and Raffelli. And the two deleted users you see here are Azara Dicta and Problem Solver Forever, also known as Fake Solver Forever, who are both QOTD participants as well. On the 7th of July, the 2021 Mods Mode runs. Shout out to Ixie and Will, who basically cooked up the whole contest themselves. And on the 11th of July, I left the server. I won't really comment too much on it here, but yeah, it is what it is. On the 29th of July, there's a big intake of new moderation staff. Aleph, Enjoy and Chia are all appointed mod. I have strong opinions on this, but my lawyer has advised me not to continue the statement. On the 18th of August, Enjoy stepped down from being a mod, I believe due to internal issues. And on the 26th of August, QSig and others were appointed to the tech team. QSig and Daniel were developing ModsBot, and Nixto is developing the IO bot. Now Mods enters the Dark Ages. The activity here is pretty low, and there's no interesting event until July 2022, so skip to then if you want. Otherwise, I'll still talk a bit about the graph and some QOTD sessions. On the 9th of October, QOTD Season 21 ends. After this point, all the QOTD seasons are ad hoc scheduled. On the 16th of October, Mass Jams were restarted by Chia, one of the new mods, and they're scheduled to take place on the last Sunday of each month. And yeah, I mean, looking at the chart, it seems a bit grim. Like, Chris is trying to carry, but like even he's not even hitting 5k, and total AS is dropping below like 75k. Like the lowest, like number 15, it's like 1k. It's a bit Jova at this point. And Ariana, I believe, was a Singaporean member of the server, and she actually just became really active at this point and started talking to everyone, and that's how you see that small rise in total AS, but it drops a bit soon after. On the 3rd of January, QOTD Season 22 starts. This season was created to mark the start of 2022. At this point, you can see QOTD participants like Nubai, who is actually another LNB alt, Lance, Cryolite, Neophiliatic, Dotted Calculator, Matidi, etc. They start to become more active, and there's another jump in activity score. The end of March 2022 is probably where the server reached the lowest points for total AS. Soon you'll see it dropping below 29k, which hasn't happened since early 2019. The max AS is less than 2k and top 15 is less than 500. I mean, by today's standards, where you need 1500 AS for the role, only 3 people would be considered active here. But when you hit the bottom, I mean, the only place you can go is up. On the 5th of April, QOTD Season 23 starts, which raises the AS levels in the server to over 60k. You see kind of the same people here as last time, but additionally Enjoy also makes a return as one of the contributors to this season of questions. On the 6th of June, QOTD Season 24 starts. Around this time is when Celestia started to become more active. He didn't do QOTD, but he mostly just clowned around and talked to people. He'd be active in mods for over a year. On the 16th of July, IMO 2022 happened and the infamous Celestia Impregnation banner pictures were taken. Actually, in the first picture, one of the guys is from the New Zealand team and I knew him. On the 2nd of August, Xditto hit us with that power meme inequality facts, bro. Like, I don't know, it's the dumbest shit ever, but apparently it's number 9 on Starboard, so I feel obliged to put it in. And on the 15th of August, QOTD Season 25 starts. Shout out to Enjoy, or as he is currently known, Duck23, for cooking this one up. As you can see, the mod's total AS is also going up, like it's crossed 100k at some point, and there was a peak close to 200k just before, probably because of that QOTD season. But yeah, definitely it's on the uptrend. On the 5th of October, the first finals of QOTD Duels will be run. QOTD Duels was run as a single elimination bracket between the top 16 performers in the previous season of QOTD. Idula beats one person in the bronze finals, and Xditto beats LNB 7-5 in the grand finals. Shortly afterwards, on the 10th of October, QOTD season 26 starts. On the 6th of November, Matidi and Frog DJ are appointed mod, and Garlic, Frog DJ and DS68 are also appointed as new problem curators. During this period, the activity is dropping and Twilight becomes the most active server member. On the 24th of November, the search function was added to ModSpot, which allows you to search for a POTD of a specified difficulty and genre. And then on the 28th of November, the mock function was added to ModSpot, which creates a mock exam based on the POTDs that have been put in the past. On the 20th of December, mass jams begin again. They are run by Twilight and later DNIC as well. On the 8th of January, Boggle Togo becomes the first winner of the Mods Chess Championship. On the 26th of January, SDP will be put into action in Mods. In the SDP server were people like Twilight, DNIC, Usit, Joe1, Ixie, and Nixto, who saw how dead Mods became in 2022 and wished to change the current Mods team to build a better future for Mods. The proposal for a new moderation system was written and posted by Brainy Smurfs on the 29th of January, and this was received generally well by the community. On the 6th of February, QOTD Season 27 starts, which is the first of 3 QOTD seasons in 2023. On the 20th of February, SDP was finalized, and this marked a major change to the moderators and moderation structure. Brainy Smurfs, DNIC, and Joe1 were added to the mod team. Tan, Win, Cheer, Alf Null, and Matidi were removed from the mod team, but Tan and Matidi stayed on as advisors as part of the new bicameral system in mods. On the 6th of April, Xditto is appointed advisor, being the first new member to be appointed advisor. And on the 7th of April, the Nush Well starts, where all the mods members from Nush, a high school, are put into the well together. On the 25th of April, the Thai Well starts, the same idea, all the mods members from Thailand are put into the well together. On the 9th of May, AT08 pings the QOTD role, quote unquote, accidentally. On the 26th of May, the Mods Mode 2023 is announced, and on the 3rd of June, Mods Mode Round 1 runs. This is a competition consisting of 14 short answer questions and 1 proof question. On the 6th and 7th of June, respectively, the problem rating system was added to ModSpot, and the POTD grinder channel was added. On the 12th of June, the QOTD Season 28 starts, which is the second of 3 seasons in 2023. On the 16th of July, weekly challenges return. On the 20th of July, the Bobble League tournament in Mods starts. 8 teams participated in a double elimination bracket, with the games lasting until September. Actually, technically, the last game, which is the bracket reset of the grand finals, has not been played yet, and so we have yet to determine a winner for the Bobble League tournament. And looking at the period just then, it was actually one of the highest, or the highest, that the mod's total activity score has ever been. It hit 690,000, almost hit 700,000 at one point, but this was due to a lot of people being active. I mean, you can see the top 15 all have more than 10,000 activity score, and nobody has yet to beat Chris's 40,000 activity score record as of yet. On the 6th of October, the second round of Modsmo 2023 is announced. This is a competition consisting of 6 proof questions and is available to those who qualified through Modsmo Round 1. On the 14th of October, Modsmo Round 2 runs. On the 13th of November, QOTD Season 29 starts, and this is the last of the 3 QOTD seasons in 2023. Massive shout out to one person, or Culver, for cooking this one up. On the 28th of November, the mods alt well starts, where a bunch of alts are put into well and people try and guess who is whose alt. And finally, on the last day of 2023, the 31st of December, Mods hits 10,000 members. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching until the end. Feel free to comment down below if you saw a particularly interesting part of the video or if you saw yourself in the video. And yeah, remember to like and subscribe as well. If not for me, for my computer that had to spend an hour and a half rendering the video every time I had to make an update. And yeah, see you next time.